Same thing. That's the same.
Yeah.
Here we are.
That works. And then I'm gonna motion the down, and then they'll pick the ideally, walk in front of you I can see that. That works. And I should be able to make that work in terms of safety. Definitely. That works. The crowd there looks friendly. So, yeah. I like that as well.
Minimize number of people around you.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, that much less likely to have.
Actually, what I was thinking you could send out, which I guess I don't have anymore, are those...
Oh, I saw her. I filmed her too with the cigarette. She looked out of her and went kind of straight up to her.
Listen, you know, I'm going to do it like, okay. And then I'll value it. But I'm going to box myself without him, we do all this.
Can you see the speaker?
I can't, no.
Hey, right here.
Can you guys see the speaker from up there?
What's that?
Can you see the speaker from up there?
Not really. No,
No?
you can just get the mass of the people.
Yeah.
communities talking about making America great again. They're talking about returning to a system where only white property-owning males have control of our government and tell the rest of us what to do. That is absolutely not okay. And so I just want to thank you all for being here in the streets together as we start to build a movement of movements and come together. The climate movement is here for you, and especially in the communities that are right now the most at risk and vulnerable to Trump's immediate hate. We are here for you. We will take to the streets with you. We will be there to defend you when the time comes. And it's through creative policy interventions and mass movement using direct action that we can both keep each other safe and keep positive boost in the crowd. We're going to fight for our safety and livability today so we can have a planet and safety to live on tomorrow. Love and rage, rise up, resist. Thanks for being here.
I just want to let everybody know too, the truck was not allowed onto the square earlier today, but it is parked behind the Starbucks over here next to the Nordstrom. So if you brought supplies, please drop them off at the truck. We'll try to march by it on our way out, but if you have supplies for our houseless neighbors, please drop them off at the truck on the other side of this Starbucks. All right, the next person who we're going to hear from is Matt Dos Santos of the ACLU. He's going to be speaking to us about civil rights under a Trump administration. Here's Matt.
Hi. How's it going? It's a little overwhelming. There's a lot of work. I'm really happy because what happened today was a constitutional crisis. Someone took a solemn oath to defend the Constitution.
Oh, that's why you thought it was squad?
Who is already actively starting to dismantle the protections established in the Constitution of the United States. So why are we here? So peaceful protest and assembly is at the heart of our democracy. It's not always convenient, and it certainly isn't always pretty, but it's really, really powerful. And that's why it's so important that you're all here. Protest is a means of expression for those of you who don't have access to the mayor's office or the governor's office. It's a beacon of solidarity. It connects to people. It helps you resonate with others. Stay in the country. It's a way to spark conversation and debate with your neighbors about important issues. And it's an opportunity to form community and connections, which can lead to further organizing and action.
There's a huge...
So in a democracy, government officials should not retreat from protest. They should embrace protest. It is their duty to protest. To listen to your voices. Today, we gather, we march, because we believe very deeply that our democratic process does not start and stop at the ballot box. Instead, civic engagement, including the right of demonstration,
Trying to pull it out, like, we got like buckets because there's no hose through it. So we're like, pulling this stuff off. Everybody takes off. Because I'm a little bit thicker than one, so then go on.
I always wanted to.
Okay, so my first semester was Burning Man. That's a great place to start. Yeah, I didn't realize that was such an undertaking.
Do you know how to do it?
It was really funny though. So I went to other festivals and like at the Burn, you have to bring all your own stuff. You have to be so prepared. And so I'm like, I'm gonna bring all my shit. Where all this? I get to the like armor and like rock and like yes.
Hold the sign so I can see it. There you go.
I haven't.
The rest of the protesters, just in case.
Thank you.
I like that one. It's better.
I said it was I might take one for the same, but the lighting is good.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for mine. I ordered them. They were delayed. Let us know.
They're an America that gives women the power over their own bodies. Enables all people to determine if and when they want to have children. Enables access to a comprehensive healthcare system, which includes the constitutionally protected right to have an abortion. And we, the people, must protect each other. When the rights of any person are threatened, the rights of all people are threatened. And this is critical. We must center the experiences of the most vulnerable. And whether or not we experience any form of injustice, we march, because any fissure in our system is a threat to our system as a whole. We march to challenge the notion of allyship. An injustice to any one of us is a threat to our entire community. We march for an end to discrimination. At the ACLU, we fight to ensure that the rights enshrined in our Constitution apply equally to all of you. And I invite you all to join us in that fight over the next 4 years. Thank you.
Wow, look at this crowd! You can all hear me. Can I get a "We the people"? We the people resist! We the people will fight back! This is our city! These are our people! These are our neighbors! We will defend them! I hope you're all listening. Ladies and gentlemen, next, we are going to listen to Nico Sarah. He's going to talk to us about mastering change. Part of the Democratic Party, a grassroots organizer with sexual and gender minorities and people with disabilities. Nico is a mixed-race transgender person with disabilities. They're from Detroit, Michigan, and are a trained and experienced teacher. Nico was a delegate for Bernie Sanders! And has continued to work for positive change as a servant leader within the Democratic Party at the local, state, and national level. Let's listen to Nico.
Today with all of you. It's been an honor to be involved with Black Lives Matter actions and to work with Portland's resistance. And yes, I was a delegate for Bernie Sanders at the DNC. Now I've decided to keep on with the party as a servant leader, and I want all of you to know that there are a lot of progressives and Bernie-crats doing that here and all around the country. So many of us are still in shock about the world we find ourselves in. We're like siblings in the backseat of a car on a long, uncomfortable road trip. We're just smacking at each other because we're close to one another. But guess what? We are stuck in the backseat in a long, uncomfortable ride because we the people have lost control of our government. While we're living in a very precarious moment, the ways we choose to resist and respond right now will define us for decades to come. So how about we use that anger as fuel? See, pain can be a tool for focus, and focus can be channeled into organizing and centering the voices of those most directly affected by the policies as they arise. As this long, uncomfortable ride continues, we need all of you to show up in solidarity as we interrupt and stall out this agenda of this new administration. We might not officially have a say, but when we show up together, we can sway the outcomes. That's right. When we join together in solidarity in the streets, each person here shows up with their own tactics in mind. And this is something we have to accept about one another. I hope that I hope that we can welcome all the newly awakened protesters as they join us for the first time in the streets. And I ask you to show them the ropes and look out for one another, because we need every single one of you if we're going to succeed. Many of us know the quote-unquote rules of the state, and some of us have very good reason to follow those rules. However, each person is here as an individual, and they will choose how they participate. We're each here for ourselves, but we're also here for each other. Solidarity looks like showing up for your fellow protesters and accepting the diversity of tactics, paying attention, and sharing beneficial resources like food, water, and first aid supplies. Each person is going to decide if it is their role to stand up and build up things, or if it is their role to tear things down. And in the end, there are many tactics that will help us master the change that we all face. Choice is power. You see, some of our black ancestors were forced to come here from afar, and our indigenous ancestors that were entombed on their own land, but they all were enslaved by capitalist greed. And as the greedy made their profit, they built institutions around them to keep power disproportionately distributed so that they could stay in their places of comfort. Well, here we are, hundreds of years later, watching capitalism systematically crush the creativity and vibrancy and the success of our diverse country. Witnessing this era sure is an exhausting and overwhelming, but we can work together and transform this if we come from our heart. As the super rich and those that do their bidding exploit we the people for their profit, we the people are shedding our complacency and revoking our consent. As we peel back layer after layer of the capitalist ideology, we the people are going to have to rely on one another. You see, the super rich are now demanding that we midwife the apocalypse. They want to exploit us indefinitely. The financial elite, the 1%, they will sacrifice us to their greed in order to maintain their twisted capitalist structures that they have built on all of our backs. But someday those enforcers and those authorities are going to realize that their leaders think of them as the same as us. We are all inconsequential to them. We the people are all profit or waste in their eyes. From the trolls spewing excrement on the internet to those in the uniforms, they use it as an excuse to perpetuate state-sanctioned violence. I invite you to consider why you are fighting, who you are fighting for. One of these days, all those getting extra benefits by ignoring their privilege are going to wake up, and they're going to see through the illusions that they've been investing in. They have been fooled into believing that the problem lies in our ethnicity, in our skin tone, in our gender presentation, or who we love. For those who believe that we are dangerous because of our biological sex, or because of how big our bodies are, or because of how broken they are, or how old they are, we say to those that fear us because of our religion, or because we live out on the streets, or because we are not born in this country, or even in this body. May the sound of our dissent be the wake-up call, and may you rise to meet us. We are beginning to understand that you are too scared and distraught to realize that diversity only makes us stronger. We know that you are currently incapable of expressing empathy for your fellow human beings, but we also know that eventually you are going to realize that we are not your enemy. But we do have a common enemy, and it's the super rich. And we're going to work together so that we can tame their uncontrolled greed before we lose every sense of our freedom. The fearful see us out here building vibrant communities together from the bottom up. And even if we're just starting by digging the basement right now, they're going to see us caring for one another as we pour the foundation, as we build out the frame, and as if we cover our heads and under our shared roof. They will see our seeds grow and watch them turn into the nourishment we all need to survive. They will join us. They will want to join us as they see us flourish in our networks of mutual support. They will realize that communities we build together can save us from the inexhaustible greed of the capitalist regime. And when that day comes, they will put down their weapons and ask to join us. And on that day, we will use our empathy and self-discipline to guide our connections as we work together to create a new age. Together we will witness the death rattles of the reductive greed that underestimates and misrepresents the values of each individual. And we will hold strong. Our success is all about our connections to one another. In order to survive as a species, we learned long ago that we need to take care of the babies and the elders and the sick and the compromised because we all have something to offer. We will be learning this lesson again and again as we continue to awaken our humanity. Our societies will not be judged by the wealth of the super rich, but by how we treat those in the most difficult of circumstances. Find good ways to process these transitions we are being forced to go through. Because mastering change is an art, and just like any other art form, we must practice before we progress. So as we board this plane flying into the future, I want you always to remember that if something goes wrong, your mask is going to fall from above, and you must always put yours on before you put somebody else's on. If you lose your focus, and you do things out of order, and you lose your balance, you are going to become a liability, and we are going to have to rescue you, instead of you becoming an asset to our mutual support. So, are you ready to master the change we are all faced with today? Do you understand that self-care is the key to the revolution? Ready to welcome transformation together? Good. Because the hour is upon us, and the time has come for us to connect with one another. And as we focus on what we have in common instead of what pulls us apart, mastering change starts in the heart, and it's time to master change because it's the only constant. While I am unsure of what the immediate future holds, I see you and all your beautiful glory showing up here in the streets in your authentic truth. And I am overflowing with gratitude and hope for what we are going to create together. With the power of the people, we will create a world that welcomes all humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Nico. All right, I need to make an announcement to everybody out here. There's a lot of people who have their face covered. I've just been informed that the police have detained 3 folks who had masks on. Stick with your friends. Stay safe. Protect each other. Don't let them grab you out of the crowd. I also want to say one more thing on that line before we go on to our next speaker. When fascism started taking a rise in Germany, it didn't come all at once. They took liberties and freedoms little by little. They took over Europe little by little, from Czechoslovakia to Norway and all across Europe, little by little. And the reason that they got so far is because we appeased them. It's because we stood by. It's because if they just take this much, maybe we can have peace. That's not the case. When they come for our neighbors, when they come for our friends, we cannot appease them. We cannot say, okay, well, if you're not violent, then you take them away. No, you will not take them away. Who here is a renter? Yeah! Our next speaker is from Portland Tenants United. Portland Tenants United is an amazing organization that has very recently affected a whole lot of change here in Portland. Margot Black of Portland's House is going to speak about Portland's housing crisis. She is a proud lifelong renter and one of the founders of Portland Tenants United.
Yeah, Margot!
Portland Tenants United is organizing renters in the Portland area to demand dignity and security in their housing by any means necessary. You can find PTU unapologetically fighting for tenants' rights in City Hall, in your apartment complex, on the news, in eviction court, and in the...
Talking to an anti-Trump rally. I want everybody, whether you rent or own or merge,
as you go home, I want you to just take a minute, maybe close your eyes for a second, and think about where you are next going to fall asleep. I know that people have a lot of different plans for this weekend, for rising up, raising the ruckus, rabble rousing. There's a lot of uncertainties about the next hours, days, weeks, years, and even generations under a Trump presidency. But take a moment and think about where you're going to next fall asleep. For many of you, I'd venture to say that